Okay, thank you so much for joining the website review of spectatemarketing.com. We're actually going to go through your homepage of the website and just look at it from a content perspective, what you're saying, where it's placed. We want to position ourselves with our words in such a way that draws people in to a single call to action, to a controlling idea. And based off of your brand script, that controlling idea is choosing your plan. So you want them to choose the best plan that fits them and purchase online. Okay, so we're going to go through the homepage because the homepage is really your sales letter. It should say who you are, it should say what problem you solve, and it should give me a call to action that is clear so I can hire you or purchase your product. Every subsequent page should support what the home page is doing. The home page is generating leads. The home page is where you should be able to provide everything they need to make a decision online. So we're going to look at that. Now, from a design perspective, there's not going to be a lot of conversation around it, except if it communicates something of value to the customer or makes your potential customer feel a certain way. The imagery does communicate something. So we want to make sure they communicate it in such a way that draws them to that controlling action, that controlling idea, which is choose your plan. So we're going to start with the very first thing. And the question that I'm going to start with is, are you communicating what you offer? Are you communicating what you offer? And so what I want to do is I'm actually going to look first at your logo. So looking at your logo here, Spectate Marketing. So right now, I think you provide marketing services for me. You know, I've reached out to you. I'm looking for some help with my marketing, and I found you on Google. I searched, grow my business, how to market my business, and you were there. And I clicked it, and I landed on this website. So what your logo is doing is it's confirming that I'm in the right place. Okay, so that's good. It does help me understand that you will help me from a marketing perspective, but it doesn't quite tell me what you offer yet. Okay, so I'm going to left to right, top to bottom. You know, that's how most people will read anything. So I'm going to move on over to the right here, and I'm going to look at this, your navigation here. You talk about features, talk about clients, you have pricing, you have a way for me to log in, and then you have a sign up button. But here's the thing, I don't know what to do yet. I don't know what you offer yet. So chances of me clicking those are pretty slim. What am I looking at features for? And what clients? Is that me? Is that someone else? And I'm not ready to figure out pricing because I don't know what I'm buying. And I don't need to log in because I haven't done anything to log in. I'm not a customer of yours. And what am I signing up for? Am I signing up for email? Am I signing up for a phone call? What am I signing up for? So chances of me doing anything right there are slim, but that's okay because right now you're still in the good zone where they're going to keep reading. They're not going to leave your website yet, so you're good. Because what happens is we're going to go left to right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to read over here. We're going to kind of make a Z formation, right? We're going to go back to the left side, and we're going to start reading again. And the first thing I see there is the all-in-one business automation hub. So you're sort of communicating what you offer. Here's the deal. You and I know what you have to offer based off of that because we've spoken to each other and we know. But most leaders, based off of our conversation and your brand script, are having a hard time finding a marketing software that works for them. And maybe they don't even know it's software that they need. And so they search for growing my business using marketing or help with marketing or maybe even marketing software, but they have not used the terms all-in-one business automation hub. Those are internal words that only we would know. So I would replace those words with ones that they are looking for. What's the problem that they're trying to solve? they need a software that helps them grow their business. So say that. We provide software that helps grow your business. Say that right there. That's it. Underneath it, you can have subtext that say something like, and stop using all the different apps, comma, consolidate them into one software solution, period. That way they know that that software is actually multiple things in one solution. You can provide small text right underneath it. Now, I'll tell you right now, when you make that change, people will immediately read right below here. So let's say it did say we provide software that helps grow your business. I'm going to want to read more because remember, I came to your website because I want to know how to grow my business. So I'm going to read what's below here. My first gut reaction without reading any of it is it's already too many words. What we don't want is we don't want to inundate them with lots of words. We want punchy, quick statements. Use your brand script as a filter and create punchy statements. Now you can have statements that are one sentence or two sentences, that's fine. But to have a paragraph and a half here, basically, that's a lot of words. Then what's happening is you're also using, you start off by saying Spectate marketing is a cutting edge marketing platform. You're talking about yourself already. Most people don't want to know about you until they know you can solve their problem. So all of this text here is kind of distracting them from the thing that they need. And you want to continually focus on the solution to their problem, not you. Remember, in the brand script, there is a very small part where you talk about you as a company. And that's because you need to position yourself as the guide. But even then, you can say nothing about you and your company and be just fine, as long as you are making sure your customers know you solve their problems and that you'll guide them to make the best decision. So I'd remove that. Or I would change the words to be more solution-based, thinking about the customer and very little about you. Okay, there's a place where you could talk about you, just not yet. It's just too early. Let's not go there. Let's continually spend time trying to make sure they know we want them to succeed. Okay. All right. So the next question we have that I want to bring up to you is it clear how your product or service will make your customer's life better? That kind of goes back to what we were saying about all this text. Is it clear? And be short and quick about it. Be clear. There's a phrase out there that I love to say is you don't need to be cute or clever. You need to be clear and creative. If you start to be clever or cute with your words at the lack or the sacrifice of clarity, you will lose. So make sure that you clearly share how your product will make your customer's life better. Use your brand script. Again, your brand script is the filter for that. There are places on the brand script that talk about what life looks like by using your service. Or what are some of the things that you can agree to them for, right? There's an agreement section on there. So utilize that and create words that are based off of those. Now, is it clear to your customers how to purchase your product? You're very close up here where it says sign up, and you're really far away where it says get started. Okay, so first of all, based on your current website, I don't know what I'm signing up for. We may think that, well, you're signing up for the all-in-one business automation hub. You're going to sign up for that. That's not clear enough because I don't know what it means to sign up. Am I buying something right now? What if I'm not ready to buy something right now? And if I am buying something right now, what does that mean? What does that all entail? I have no idea yet. Getting started, this button here that says get started, it's very elusive. Get started with what? What am I going to do to get started? You need to walk me through this. So your call to action needs to be on from your brand script, the very first point of your plan, but there's also a call to action section that talks about a direct call to action. That direct call to action is choose your plan. Okay. Now here's the thing. On the homepage of your website, you're going to have multiple opportunities to say choose your plan. And as I scroll down your website, we don't have anything until the very bottom. The very bottom, choosing their plan. That's it. You technically have sign up, that's one. Get started, that's two. Request a demo, that's three. Request a demo, that's four. So you have 2 times request a demo. And then select their plan. So you have actually 4 different calls to action, taking into consideration request a demos twice. And because you have 4 different calls to action, I don't know which one you want me to do. So what you need to do is you need to take sign up, you need to take get started, you need to take request a demo, and you need to take the very last one here, and you need to consolidate it to choose your plan. Choosing your plan is what you want them to do. So at the very top, make sure every single time you have the call to action as you go down is choose your plan. And I think if I click features, it slides down. No, it goes to a different page. Okay. So if you're here and you click choose your plan, have it slide down to the very bottom if you want to keep the plan at the bottom. That's actually a good place to list all the details of each plan, right? And they can select which one. So have every call to action direct them to choose their plan. Don't have a request demo as a main call to action. Don't have any get started or sign up. Your call to action needs to be clear, and that's choose your plan. Now, remember, people don't read every word on the website, they scan them. So think about when you're on your phone and you're scrolling on a website, you're moving quickly. And the thing that's going to stop you are, maybe header text or images, right? So keep the text to a minimal. Again, punchy, short statements, because people are scanning your website. So as I'm scanning your website, there's a lot of words. And one of the things I do is I actually don't read the words. I might lean back from the monitor a little bit and just look at how many words are on there. You guys have a lot of words. Now, for someone who might feel overwhelmed in marketing and in software, this is going to only encourage me to continue to be overwhelmed if there's a lot of words. You might feel the need to put all the words on there, but they don't have the need to get it all. Remember, they're a little overwhelmed, so you want to ease them into it. So header statements, so about the size of this all-in-one business hub, like the font size can be that big, and then smaller punchy statements below. Interact with some icons, like I love these icons here, right? So having some icons that draw people in, that kind of stuff. So do that, but make sure that text is a minimal. It's not very much. Now, I would add some photos. Now you have photos, you have a video here, and that's a video. Then you have these photos of the team, and then another photo of the team. Why I would change that is we don't need pictures of you guys yet. You could put that somewhere else. But I would put some imagery of people smiling and using your software. So you could find stock photography and, someone on a laptop, and you can, put this little screen on the screen of the laptop so it looks like they're using your software and they're having a good time doing it, or they're at a coffee shop. Think about that. Someone opening their laptop with that on their screen at a coffee shop talks about how easy it is to work with your solution. I can even do it from a coffee shop. I don't have to be sitting in an office, right? Or people in a conference room talking maybe with a computer open or a screen with that on there. People, basically what we're trying to get at is more imagery of people smiling and enjoying doing business, right? That helps me envision what it's like. to work with you and how easy it is to work with you. So right now you don't have a lot of that imagery. You have imagery of the software, which is okay. You could do that, but I would do that later. And then images of yourselves. And that's fine, just not yet. Again, we want to know more about you, just not yet. This is your sales letter. This is all for one controlling idea. We do not want to distract them from that primary call to action of choosing their plan. If you want them to click this and order online, then that's the thing you need to be asking them over and over again. Now, on the call to action, we talked about that, making sure it's clear, making sure it is, choose your plan. Now, a transitional call to action is if I'm not ready to choose my plan, what's the thing that will keep me connected with you? What's the thing that will help me remember who you are? In this case, I would recommend having a transitional call to action of schedule a demo. That's one. Now, on your brand script, I listed like 4 or 5 different ones. There's some PDF downloads. There's register for a live webinar. I saw you guys do that a little bit on Facebook, or sorry, YouTube, where you can do maybe a live webinar, have them register for it. But everything that they do from a transitional call to action should give you their name and email. And you already have that on one of these, on some of the other smaller pages, landing pages you have, where they give you, name and email. I signed up for it, so you should see mine in there, chris@quirkadvertising.com. So what you want to do is provide a transitional call to action. Now, I would put transitional calls to action in there, just kind of, spread out, but not obvious. Again, we don't want this button, request a demo, to look exactly the same as the main call to action. So it needs to be a little less obvious, but still there. And in your case, if you still want to have that personal touch of a phone call or some interaction in that standpoint, I would do, if they're not ready, to schedule a demo. Not request a demo, maybe schedule a demo, or schedule your free consultant, schedule your free consult, that kind of thing. You could do a free downloadable PDF. You could do a free course. I gave you some examples in there, but just put that, and I would only put that once or twice on the homepage. You do not have to make sure it's everywhere, and then make sure that it is not as obvious. Like this right here, ready to organize your online marketing effortlessly within minutes. It's a lot of content, a lot of words just to request a demo. That looks huge. That's like a big call to action. And that's not the thing you want them to do. You want them to choose their plan, right? So request a demo needs to be somewhere a little more subtle on the site. That would be a good transitional call to action. Now, the one thing we want to do is we want to look at what are some value propositions that you offer on the homepage. So these are, things that your customer will get as a result of engaging with you. What are they going to get from it? Okay, so now what you have here is a lot of things that they get service-wise. Lead gen, ringless voicemail, mass SMS, get a business number. There's a lot of different things that they're getting, but that's not the value they're getting. Those are solutions they're getting. We're talking value, like saving more money, increasing their influence, decreasing their frustration. What are some values that they get because they work with you? And I would put those in a section somewhere. So like, for instance, you have this section here that says, 132 users, 498,545 text messages. Like, I would rather see something like, things that I'm going to get by purchasing this software, right? So 67, minutes average time saved per week, something like that. Like, what are things that you can legitimately share that they will get because they engaged with you and purchased your product, and make a whole section of it. So, create a good section that has icons and text and punchy statements that show that. Okay. Now, One thing that we want to make sure that we do throughout is continue to remind your potential customers of success. Explain the value and the success they'll get by working with you. Now, on your brand script, there's a thing called the plan, right? And that's a 3-step plan that helps people know what happens when they choose their plan, right? When they choose their particular, starter, silver, gold, platinum, what's going to happen, right? It's 1, 2, 3 step. Again, on your homepage, add that as a section. Find a nice place on your site and add the plan. 1, 2, 3. That's in your brand script. And this helps them lift the fog, helps lift the fog from your customer, where you give them 3 easy steps and descriptions of each step. Okay, and I did that in the brand script for you. This helps me know exactly what's going to happen when I get started with you. All right. Now, the cost, what I love is you do have the cost on your site. You do have it there, and that's good and that's needed. And you even have this really great comparison chart. So this is perfect. So what is it going to cost them? And explaining that is really good. You even have the buttons to select that. So really great as far as price choices. You could include, if you wanted, some bite-size breakdown of what it is, but this is great because it shows what they're getting. If you want to add a little blurb, this, underneath each one, that's totally fine, but nothing, major as far as that. This is even, optional because, if you wanted the button to, when they click it to select their plan, maybe go to this page here that you have created, that's fine too. So if you wanted to, not scare anybody with dollars on the home page, but when they're ready to choose the one they want, they go to this landing page, that's totally fine too. You can totally do that. Now, the junk drawer is what we call it. It's not junk, but this is the footer of the site. You are doing a great job here. You have FAQs, features, that kind of thing. Now, I would take some of these, links that are up here and drop them to the bottom. And here's why. We're not ready to show all this. Okay, I'm not ready to show features or clients or price. I'm not ready to interact from that standpoint. The login button you might want to keep at the top too, just not as obvious as the main call to action. Again, this is your sales letter. This is the sales lead generating place. So you want to make sure it's obvious how to get started with you and nothing distracts them from doing that. That's the goal. So all this content is great. You could move it into a hamburger menu. So I'm gonna go to Quirk Advertising and show you what I mean by that. So if you notice, we don't have anything at the top except schedule a call. And then we have this little hamburger menu on the top right there. If I click it, it gives me other content, which is great. If I want to go to the resources page, I can do that. And there's other resources available. So you have the ability to, create content and have it on your website. But sometimes the fear is that if I don't have it on the homepage, people aren't going to get it. That's okay. We want them to do one thing on the homepage, and that for you is choosing your plan. All right. So you can have stuff like a blog and social links and, contact us, your FAQs or agreement. You can have that all down here in the footer. And you guys are already kind of doing that. So that's really good. All right, well, that was a review of your main website. Now, a quick review of the other ones. I did look at the pitch card. I did look at spectate.info, and I did watch that video, and also the pricing page. I looked at all of those. Each one of these really feel like a landing page from a paid ad that you might do on search, like, paid on Google or paid on social. Just make sure that when you're doing this, that you understand what the main call to action is on all of these. So what's the main call to action on this pitch card? Now this one, I would take your one-liner and your corporate narrative and literally put it right in here, okay? All the content here about lead gen, ringless voicemail, mass SMS, those are good, like push down towards the bottom, but at the very top, do your one-liner narrative, like on this pitch. If it's a pitch card, that means it's something that should pitch to me why I need to buy this thing, right? So, use your one-liner narrative, have a call to action. This need help with a phone number? I don't need help. I need to buy this thing. If how do I do that? There's nothing here for me to do that, okay? So, Make sure that this pitch card is another sales card. But all of these really feel like something that should be something people land on from a paid ad. This spectate.info, looks focused on real estate, which is totally fine. Again, I think this could be a very specific landing page for real estate investors, and you want people to get there. At the very top, the learn more to earn more. That sounds cute and clever, but it is not clear. What do you want them to do here? You want them to do what? You want them to download something? You want them to call you? What do you want them to do? That's what that yellow button should be on the top right corner. Okay, the contact button, if that's what you want them to do, they're not, because that's so small. They're not even going to do that. They're going to do what this yellow button is telling them to do, and I don't know what that means. Learn more to earn more. Okay, so I would change that to whatever it is that you want them to do. Same with this start earning more now button. I would make it the same call to action as the top button. Same thing. And then again, go to your brand script and write something here that's specific to real estate investors, but use the same verbiage. Now, I do like that there's not a lot of text here. And it's really cool because, much like yourself, I've gone through the trial. So you're already sharing what they're going through. You could change it around a little bit and say, I get it. You go through trials of real estate investing. You've done a lot of cold calls. You've attended boring networking meetings that went nowhere. You put signs on every street corner. So you see what I'm saying? All we do is change it to you, and it changes that, but it's helping you helping them know that you get what they're going through. So that's really good. And then again, this yellow button should be the main call to action. What do you want them to do from it? And the pricing sheet looks just like a pricing sheet. I don't think you would use this to generate any leads, or I think it's probably more like come here to figure out how much it is and then choose the one. I would say that this, where it says starter, silver, gold, platinum, and those blue buttons, I would say register, or sign up underneath each one. The starter, silver, gold, platinum doesn't really matter, but tell them what to do would be great. And then maybe schedule a demo somewhere on here if they're not ready. Okay, up here at the very top could possibly be the schedule a demo, and then each one of these down here can be register for that particular plan. All right, well, I hope this website review helped you. We'd love to help organize that and even work on your website, or at least coach you as you're building that and kind of redoing it. So make sure you reach out to James or myself whenever you're ready to do that. And thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to work alongside you. Super excited about what you offer, and we can't wait to see your business grow because of your clear message.